Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire has argued that amendments to the CIP were necessary to adapt to changes in the industry. The program underwent some legislative reforms under the previous administration, which did not align with the current government's goals. The CIP program has also come under scrutiny for being perceived as a tool for money laundering, evading taxes, and committing financial crime. Dr. Hilaire continues to maintain that the infrastructure clause was included to match changes in the sector.
When we came into office in July 2021, one of the first things we did was to review the industry, review the market. And then we realized that every other country had made substantial amounts of money in terms of the CIP program. But also importantly, they had been able to build extensive infrastructure using their CIPs. They built roads, housing, they built hospitals. I mean, one country is even building an airport now, hotels, extensive. And then we studied what was the best way in which we can benefit from the industry. Noting the changes that had taken place made what we were offering in 2015 almost impossible to go back to, because the industry had changed so much. So we had to find the best way for us to fit in there.
Dr. Hilaire says the government wanted to ensure that the CIP funds would develop the country and help citizens, all while attracting investors.
We got investors that are prepared to do housing. In fact, we've already made arrangements for Rockall, Belvedere in Canaries, the National Road Infrastructure Program, the Community Infrastructure Program. And we are ready to roll with our programs so St. Lucia now can achieve some of the successes that some of those islands achieve. We always maintain that the program must rest on a solid foundation of due diligence, robust and rigid due diligence. I will not speak ill about any other country. That's not how we do business here in St. Lucia, or of any other company or anybody else. We don't operate like this. But we made sure that St. Lucia did the right things.
St. Lucia has been criticized for opting out of a MOA signed by 4 countries, fueling talks amongst the opposition and critics. The tourism minister again reiterated that putting a signature on the dotted line, given the current legal liabilities, would jeopardize the country's national interest.
Everything in there, we're already doing it. Everything. We have no problems with that. What you're implementing now, we already have it in place. The one clause we had an issue with was the 200,000, because we had just signed our contracts. So allow us to run out those contracts and we'll join you. But if we could not get that, should we abandon the national interest of St. Lucia? Should we abandon it? We have a responsibility as the elected leaders to safeguard the national interest of St. Lucia. And the action we took is not in defiance of our regional colleagues. We believe in regionalism. We all offsprings of this region. But St. Lucia's national interest is also important. And we were prepared to compromise on it. So we made the decision we felt that is best in the interest of St. Lucia.
Minister Hilaire said that the Philip J. Pierre-led government intends for the CIP to be an interactional regime, not a transactional one based solely on the sale of passports. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.